welcome back to Dwarf Fortress tutorial. This is going to be part number 4, housing and actually getting around to that security system. So, you may not be able to hear it, but I do have Sound Sense running now. Turns out it was looking in the wrong place for the files, so whoops. But, let's see. We're going to start by opening up the floodgate here and just letting that flow in. Also going to make sure I have everything in this stack claimed, because I am going to need it later on. There we go. And unpause. Alright. There we go. Alright, now my dwarves are going to do a little bit of digging for me while I get around to setting up my actual security. I'm going to do almost all of it on the surface. Actually, the vast majority of it is going to be surface based. But we need to know basically some information about dimensions. So, I need to make sure that my walls are at least this big. Probably don't want to enclose that water source either. I only need one for the animals. But it has to be at least this big so I don't have to cut off my pen any more than I already will be. Okay. Let's see. What's going to be the easiest? Here or there? About 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. Alright, let's mark the point where we're going to have our lower right hand corner here. Okay. Now, we build walls just like excuse me. Just like we build almost anything else. With the B command, I'm going to go through here and we're going to, where is that? Not seats. It's a sub menu actually. Bridge, seats, engines, workshops. Wall, floor, stairs, and tracks. Shift C is the hotkey for it. And we want walls. Okay. Now where did I put the... there it is. Okay. Just like with any other sizing stuff, I can U and K all the way up to the maximum size. M to reduce size vertically, and H in this case to reduce size horizontally, because, let's face it, I don't actually need anything horizontal. It's a wall. It doesn't need to be 4 layers thick. Now, there's a tree in my way. I'll have to clear that tree out eventually. Actually, I'll have to clear it out before I manage to do anything else with it. Okay. And you can see I want to make my walls out of gabbro. Gabbro is a fairly decent material to make the walls out of, and I have so much of it I can just do it. I want to need a lot to do it. Okay. Now, seeing that, I now know that I need to do some other things, but first and foremost is turn off masonry on her and turn it on somebody else. We're going to turn it on him, and why not on him? The reason why I'm turning off masonry on Kabook is I want Kabook making those jugs for me from last time, or pots, the large pots, because those are awesome storage containers. And the masons who do construction jobs like this, who build just walls and floors and things, they don't gain any skill in masonry. They're literally just hauling stuff from point A to point B and setting up something there at point B. I do need to set up some designations. because I need to clear out some trees. Got some trees that are growing very quickly and are in my way now. There we go. Shift C. Wall. And this one is just going to be a horizontal wall. And that's my corner. Yeah, that's a good place for that. Now I could go through and individually select, the 10 different items that I wanted for the wall, or I could hit Shift Enter and just select the entire line, as long as I can select all of them. So I'm going to get that kind of set up there. There we go. Now I do have to choose my other corner. And that's going to be a little bit more interesting, is where do I want my other corner to be? And honestly, let me take a look here. I definitely don't want it to be north of here unless I go all the way north of here. Because, as you can see, they don't like trying to build it on top of the water. Plus, it reduces security. Some things can swim. Anything that can swim could just walk right in. So I think right here is a good place for it. I'm going to just kind of put that there so that we can know that the wall is there. Ta-da! But we still haven't answered the question of where the other corner is. I definitely have to place it outside of this, so outside of my downward ramp right here, so that I can kind of protect, well, definitely protect my entrance, my main entrance. But just because it has to be at least one to the left of it doesn't mean it has to be only one to the left of it. I think I'm going to give myself some space up above ground to put in some above ground farms. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. I like 5x5 farms, so I'm going to go out to 12 squares. Give myself a space in between as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12. And just kind of put a wall in right there. Mark that with my mouse so that I can make sure I'm not going too far up. Oh, perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Right there. Okay. It does mean that I will have to increase my designation area a little bit, but that's not a problem. Now, when I get the entire area, all the walls built, I'm going to need to put a roof on top. And I'll show you how to do that once we actually have walls built. Shift that. You can see how the Gabbro actually says it's at 99 still. The most it will ever show there on this screen is 99. That's the most it will ever show. I probably have several hundred, possibly a couple thousand Gabbro in stock right now, so it'll just keep showing me all the Gabbro I want. Okay, and go there, and there we go. the side. No, no, there. And extend that one out to the side. And extend that one out to the side. Why do I keep doing that? And extend. That one actually just puts in one. There we go. And extend that one in. And that one in. Now walls actually will create floors in the area above them. Can't see it yet because, well, frankly, there's nothing there yet. We haven't actually built anything. We've just designated areas to be built. Okay, put that there. Now, one very important question is, where do I want to leave my entrance? A wall that goes all the way around is very nice. It's very secure. But it means that I have no way for people to get into my fortress in order to do things like trade or, migrants to arrive, that kind of thing. Things that I kind of want people to be able to do. So I do need to think about where I want to put my eventual entrance. And I just got struck by a bolt of inspiration. I'm going to put a danger hall in that will allow things like wagons and migrants to come in, but will prove to be incredibly deadly to basically anybody I don't want to come in. I think that is going to work very nicely when I have it in place. For now, I don't exactly have it in place. So, I'll get that there eventually. Okay. Part of the reason why I'm setting up the defenses first is this is going to take a long time to actually get built. I can only task those, how many did I have? Well, I can task more than that, but I only have 2 dwarves tasked to hauling all the stone up to this, and then actually building the walls. And that takes time. I could speed it up by throwing more people at it, but I don't want to. Other people have other jobs. There we go. Gabbro. Okay. Now, there we go. Okay. Now, wagons need a 3 wide section in order to be able to pass. That's just period, a given. If it's not 3 wide, the wagons can't pass through it. So, I'm going to put a wall here, and that will mark where I'm going to be putting the eventual drawbridge that I'll use to block this off and protect myself. Okay. And eventually I will extend this wall all the way probably to about here-ish. Yeah, that sounds about right. Right about there. Since I'm going to do that anyways, I may as well change the way this is set up just a little bit. Okay. So I may have shrunk my pasture just a little bit, but not too much. And I'll end up filling in all the holes when my wood chopper comes through and cuts all those down. In the meantime, I have set aside a fairly decent amount of building stuff, construction that needs to be done. I have 2 dwarves that are running around doing it, and I have a couple of dwarves that are running around mining stuff for me. Plus, I have some... Ooh, I have my nest boxes almost ready. That's going to be good. Now let's see, how many dwarves do I have now? I have a total of 20 dwarves. And here's the good part about Sound Sense. I heard the Sound Sense noise for finding water, damp stone. If I look, yeah, what they found was the pond that's directly above it, so I'm not too worried about that. I'll let them dig around it, though. Yeah, you found some damp stone. It's not that big of a deal. It's just a pond upstairs. I'm not planning on digging into the pond. Actually, hornblende. Oh, that's interesting. Wasn't expecting to run into that. I do have a woodcrafter, right? Yes, okay, good. And I'm going to give him bone carving. He'll be my hunter, my butcher, my tanner, and a bone carver. Means he'll be able to make his own bolts. Yes, damp digging, damp stone all over the place. It's not the end of the world, my dwarf. Wait, what? Seriously? Oh, yeah. Okay. Come on. Keep digging, keep digging. Interrupted by carp. I really need to do something about those things, but there's not much I can do about them right now. I just hope... Okay, no recent combat reports. That's fine then. Carp are incredibly dangerous fish, and that is purely by accident. They shouldn't have been so dangerous, but they just ended up being that way. It's something of a programming glitch, actually. There we go. Let's see. 1 level, 2 levels, 3 levels, 4, 5 levels, 6 levels. I know it's damp stone. I know. I could drain it out if I really wanted to. Not gonna, but I could. There we go. Let's take a look upstairs. Here I know there's a way to turn off that stupid jump to it and pause. It's in the DNets, I think. Yeah, I'll get to it eventually. It's not critical. It's not even that annoying. It's kind of important that they do it occasionally. Okay. There we go. Now, one thing you can see here is that the water is actually behaving in a mildly realistic way. Water is flowing into this chamber here. Not as fast as it's flowing out of the chamber, otherwise there wouldn't be these numbers here. These lower numbers, 6s and 5s, but still fast enough. The water flows from up here. This is upstream apparently. And you can see we're getting general disruptions of water depth all the way down to, wow, okay, I wasn't expecting that to happen. It's in single digits down here. I should probably go across and forbid all of that for traffic purposes, but I won't. I'll just do the slightly more expedient thing and build a bridge. Doesn't matter what type of bridge, but in this case we're going to just go with a retracting bridge because it's going to be a cheap bridge. We don't care about it too much. We're never going to do anything with it other than just have it there. And it makes for a shorter distance for our dwarves so they don't go trying to walk across very dangerous areas. Okay, so the bridge will retract. That seems like a pretty decent place for it to be. And we're going to make it out of... I could make it out of gabbro again, but I think I want to make it out of cobaltite. A blue bridge for a blue section of water. There we go. And you can see our woodcutter has gone through, cut out some of these trees that are in here. I should be able to now build up, fill in the holes, as it were. Okay, there we go. You can see here, I've actually got a couple pieces of the wall in place. They're basically having to go find whichever stone was specifically requested for it, always the closest stone, unless you decide to sort some other way. Alright, Dwarven Child. That's interesting. Zazist Brickleteth. Alright, let's take a look at Zazist Brickleteth. View the creature, thoughts and preferences. Slept without a proper room. We'll take care of that in a bit. Lack of chairs, we'll take care of that too. Talked with father, satisfied at work. Of course she's satisfied at work. She doesn't have any. Admired a fine bed. Good for her. Saffron hair. Oh my. Well, that's interesting. youngest child, apparently. With a lot of uncles, aunts, cousins, a friend, and passing acquaintances with a bunch of other people. Well, she comes out of this, she's going to be an incredible crafts dwarf of some sort. Where's she going? Where's she going? The sound file that plays when a dwarf claims a workshop is usually pretty amusing. Alright. Well, you can see she's not going and claiming any stuff. So now we need to find out what she wants. This is a problem. When they sketch pictures of something, that's what they're looking for. Skeletons means just bones. We can get bones, but we need a butcher shop in order to kill something in order to get the bones. Shining bars of metal, we do have some ores we can turn into metal, but we have to get the entire industry set up first, which we're not set up for. Stacked cloth, we have some, but that's fine. Um, the order of the items makes a difference. Since skeletons was the first thing that came up, that's what she's looking for first. She's looking for bones. The length that it stays on the screen actually makes a difference too. It only stays on the screen for a few seconds if they're only looking for like one or two. If the longer it stays on, the more of that particular item they're looking for. In this case, she's probably looking for 1, maybe 2 units of bones, 3 or 4 units of metal, and 1 or 2 units of stacked cloth. Those are just estimates, but does mean we have some things we're going to have to do here. So the first thing we're going to have to do is let's see. Did I get the wrong one? Yeah, that's the forge. I don't want the forge. Okay. We're going to go to furnaces, which is E for shortcut. Build a wood furnace first. And build a smelter. Actually, build a smelter here. Because this block is bespoke and it won't move. There's no way to move it because if we move it, then things go crazy. So let's do that. Build E wood furnace. We'll put this over. Actually, we might as well just put it like right here. Okay, so she's looking for metal bars. That's fine. We'll get that taken care of. Now, we have a person with architecture and almost everything involving almost everything involving the construction of a furnace requires architecture. They also require a site that is built out of something that is fireproof. Okay, so we're going to do this. Furnace operating, that should get us a smelter. Wood burning, we'll use that in order to get the charcoal we need to run the furnace. We're going to turn off his farming labor for now. Just because, well, yeah. Okay. Now, I'm glad we have some cloth stored up, because otherwise this would be a problem. We do have some cloth stored up, right? Oh boy, I hope we do. seeds. We don't have any seeds, but we got stuff growing, so that's not a problem. Okay, we have some cloth. Not much of it, but we do have some. That'll work. Okay. No idea what I want to do with those, but okay, we'll figure something out eventually. Okay. Then I go upstairs because I need to build workshop. Where's the butchers? Where's the butchers? Butcher shop. And I was planning on putting this in anyways. I'm going to keep it well away from the main entrance because butcher shops tend to have a lot of flies around, and most dwarves don't really care for flies. So we'll make it out of that. Wasn't planning on putting this in just yet, but Tanner's shop. I'll probably end up changing the exact placement later, but for now, right there is good. If we kill something, we're probably going to get some hide out of it, and no sense letting that hide go to waste. Okay. And here we go. So, you see the hunter has butchery and tanning already set up. And he's not like he's hunting out hunting right now. Okay. The question is, what is he doing? Storing some items. Huh. Okay. Well, we're going to turn off this stone hauling. Actually, we're just going to turn off all of his hauling because we want him to get that done very quickly. Same with you. They'll still haul items for their jobs, but they won't move items into storerooms or anything like that. So, okay. Wait a minute. Where's he going with that? That's a blue stone. That's going to screw up the look. Oh, whatever. I can remove it later. I'll get the stone back anyways. It's not like it's going to hurt anything right now. I'm just going to... Oh, I know where he's going with that. He's going all the way up there. Huh. Okay. Okay. Now let's see. Do we get any mist this high? No, I don't think we do. I don't think any of the mist is coming up. Oh well. Since the mist isn't going to come up, mist gives dwarves happy thoughts. But it's not going to come up all the way. You'll probably build a choke point and kind of make it a little bit easier for the water to build up higher. But that can become dangerous. And quite frankly, I don't want dangerous. I want easy right now because other things are happening. Have these been designed? These are still waiting for the architects. I only have one architect. What is he doing? Let's see. He's not hauling stone. He might be hauling some of this other stuff, but that's okay. You typically have about a season before the dwarf that's trying to make an artifact goes stark raving mad. At the end of that month, well, they go starkers. You know what? Leader is probably hauling this stone to put the stone there so that the mason can come up along behind him and actually make the thing. That's probably what's going on there. Okay. That would be Hunter right there, pulling up some well, maybe not. That might actually just be... Yeah, that's just Boyer. Building the wall. Okay. You can see how the water levels just almost instantly started rising back up to 7s all the way across. Kind of flows out pretty quickly through here, though. Still increasing really nice. Wouldn't want to be a dwarf that gets stuck down there. Or a goblin. There we go. Okay. Okay, so the walls are going up, the walls are going up, the walls are going up slowly. But surely. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Okay, so my tanner shop is finished. Which is like, okay. I don't need the tanner shop first, I need the butcher shop first. Oh, joy. Mooded child gathers cats. And the fun part is, a dwarf that has a cat is more likely to have more cats become their pet. You see the cat now going to hang out with master. Oh, mistress. Yay, rock pots are being made. Okay. We need alcohol, and we're going to make lots of it. Do we have... Yes, okay, now we have a butcher shop. That's good. Is butchering an animal? I haven't ordered any animals to be butchered. Have I? No. No, I have not. Okay. Well, I guess he caught an animal. Okay. Yeah, pages and pages of building walls. There we are. Plant seeds, brew drink, make rot pot. No job for him right now. Let's go down here. Let's see if these are actually completed yet. Not yet. Still waiting for the architect. Who's still busy hauling stone. Okay. Hey, wait a minute. I see it blinking. Yeah, okay, good. Apparently there was something butchered. And we have some bones. Take those bones away. You're not going crazy yet. Yay! Spring has sprung. Okay. I told you I would show you what it looks like from above when you have walls. Those are floors. So dwarves could actually walk up on this level on those sections. Not that we're going to make the dwarves walk on this level on those sections. Just that they could. Okay. Yeah. So you got your bones. There were bones. Oh. Our fishermen caught some carp. Really? No combat reports. Yeah, okay. Nope, I'm not gonna complain. Actually, Z animals. Quite frankly, let's see. A yak bull doesn't do me any good. I don't have any female yaks, and I don't intend to. They eat too much. There we go. So I want to order the yak to be prepared for butchery. And then eventually he's going to get the job and he'll go do the job. Then I'll have some more bones and I'll be able to make some more leather and everybody will be happy. Well, except for the yak who will be, dead. But that's not my concern. Finally have this finished. Yay! We have a well. People can go drink at the well. Actually, I think some people are drinking at the well. Why are they drinking at the well and not drinking alcohol? Because I don't have very much alcohol left. Read dwarves. Well, some of them are pretty happy anyways. Doc is... We'll get there, Doc, I swear. Where's our brewer? Probably busy planting stuff. What are you doing? What's your job right now? Storing items in stockpile. Could be harvesting food. Okay. And the yak bull has been slaughtered. And that leaves us more bones, but it also gives us hooves, not much use. Fat, which can be turned into tallow. Cartilage, not much use. Yak heart, intestines, liver, tripe, sweetbread. Basically all just yak meat. Spleen, same thing. Yak bull hair can be turned into a specific type of thread that can never be turned into cloth, which makes it great for doing things like suturing and stuff like that. Nervous tissue, yak brains, yak skulls, actual yak meat, and bull horns. Most of that is basically refuse. Most of it. Wait, did I see hide in there anywhere? No, I didn't. Did he already... Wow, okay, he's efficient. Killed himself a yak and he turned it into leather in no time flat. There we go, people gathering up all the yak parts. Putting them into a barrel or into a pot, and then taking them down to the food storage. Any place that's designated food storage, food basically doesn't rot if it's in a proper container. If it's not in a proper container, then all bets are off. Alright, I have things holding up in my food storage, so I'm going to build some of these nest boxes that I've been sitting on. Because, yes. And I also have some hives, which I'm going to build way over... I want to build them someplace where people aren't going to be walking around very often. I think this will actually work right here. Bees need access to the outside. Without access to the outside, they can't access flowers. If they can't access flowers, they can't make honey. And if they can't make honey, well, then they're no good as bees, now are they? Nest boxes will only be claimed if they are inside the pen or pasture that the birds are able to access, or if the birds are running around loose, just anywhere that the birds can access. Only females will claim them. Females will claim them once. If they lay eggs, then the dwarves will come get the eggs, unless you specifically forbid the eggs. After which, there's a possibility that they will just hatch. Or there's a possibility that they'll just sit there and rot if there's no roosters on the map. There we go. Nesting boxes. Where's my architect? No, seriously, where is he? No. He's on constructing building. Where is he? No, you creature. He's building the wrong kind of building. Oh well. That's fine. Just get them out of your system. I basically needed more space. And I'll get it too. Eventually. Okay. Yeah, would you look at that? Nest box already claimed by stray hen. Okay, now I can forbid those eggs, and there's a very good chance they will hatch. All I'm doing is forbidding just the eggs. That particular set of eggs. In doing so, I almost guarantee that I will have a whole bunch of chickens. And I had a cat have kittens out in the middle of nowhere, and all the kittens are coming into town now. I don't know why Mama Cat doesn't take care of them, but oh well. I really gotta figure out where those pangolins are. Alright, you can can see a dwarf coming to gather up some eggs for eating. He's going to skip right over the top of that one and just goes for that one. Or, that one. Or that one, both. This chicken is just going to sit here, though. That's right, I don't have anybody who has beekeeping. That's fine, I don't want anybody to put up the beekeeping yet. Alright, now where are you? What are you building now? Oh, okay. Now you're getting to it. There you go. Finally. Alright, need somebody with masonry. Need somebody with masonry. Okay. It's a moment of crisis. Prevent a child from going insane. Everybody builds. We'll turn off the laborers in a little bit. But in the meantime, these get done. There we go. Okay, that's my smelter. Problem is, without something, I can't make anything. I can't melt anything down. I can't, without charcoal or coke, one or the other, I can't make a thing. And so I need my wood burner. Come on, people. Don't think I see you just sitting there. On break, of course. Actually, they're almost done digging out my stockpile, so that'll be fine once they actually get done. Come on, people. Do need to make sure. Okay, good. I have enough drink now. And plenty of food of various types. They're going to get tired of drinking the same old thing, but plump helmets are what we have, and dwarven wine will work. They get more unhappy when they don't have anything to drink at all. So we're not going to have any of that. Oh, looky, goose eggs. Aha. Okay, so first off, my wood burner no longer has the masonry job. No longer has the hauling job either. But he instead goes to the wood furnace. You can use ash to be a fertilizer in your farms, meaning they are more productive, or you can make charcoal out of wood. We're going to do at least 10 charcoal here. Okay. Come on, you three dwarves. All you have to do is just finish the one thing. That's it. That's all I need you to do is finish the one thing. Or that'll work. Where are they? Okay, we're on the right hand side of the map. And dwarven migrants. Let's see what we've got. One useful child, 2 children, 3 children, 4 children, a second useful, third useful, 5th child, 6th child, 7th child, somebody of nobility, useful, another child, kitten, cow, maybe, another child, another child, another child, bunch of people getting rained on. That's probably a dog. That's probably a donkey. Somebody useful. Another child. Somebody useful. Another child. Possibly another water buffalo, which I really don't need. Somebody useful. Yet another child. I got some good specialists here. Wow, okay, there are a lot of dwarves showing up for this one. I mean, the number of dwarves is randomly selected. Uh-oh, I heard that. Oh, cool. Okay, somebody brought bolts. And now with the bolts, we have a hunter who is hunting for reals. Another noble of some sort. Possibly a doctor. Good grief, how many am I up to already? And 43 plus children. No. And still they come. Housing just became a critical thing. Fortunately, I have warm bodies to throw at the problem of the walls. Alright, let's make sure all these animals that I really don't want in the middle of my chicken. Somebody has a pet chicken. That's gonna be fun. Okay. Well, it's not like I was planning on having a chicken dinner anytime soon. But man, there's a lot of these dwarves. Are they still coming? They're still coming. Okay. Very important thing. Changing the materials my hunters can actually use. They're allowed any wooden bones or wooden bolts, or they're allowed any bone bolts. Hunters don't need metal. They really don't. Okay. Okay, so to let you know how I got there, M for military will get you to the military screen. We will be getting into this in a bit. In here, we have a lot of subscreens. When we have a squad created, we'll be able to set people to squad stuff. Alerts will be used later on. Equipment. This is designing the. Oh, this is how many people are equipped with a given uniform. This is designing the uniforms. Supplies is basically how much food and drink does a given squad have with them when they're on duty. And ammunition controls how much a group of how much and what type of material of ammunition a group of either hunters or an actual squad will carry around with them. Some squads will be equipped with melee weapons, some squads will be equipped with ranged. Typically, my first 2 or 3 squads are ranged. Are they still coming? Are they still coming? No, I think they finally stopped. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. Alpaca. Well, that'll be kind of useful. Is that it? Just a baby alpaca? Okay. But you can see already my creatures are starting to eat me out of house and home. Alright, we're going to pause for a minute. Pause the game anyways. And take real stock in what just happened here. Okay. We went from about 30 dwarves total population to having 80 dwarves population. Not counting children, which there were a lot of children, I have 61 new dwarves. That doesn't even count children. Oh my. Alright, let's take a look at skills. Well, we got varied and sundry. A lot of varied and sundry. I have a really good hunter here. Some more dwarves that are capable of doing various different things. Okay, he's kind of skilled for some stuff. Some more fisher dwarves. Fisher dwarves are useful. Some crafts dwarves of various types. A beekeeper. A couple of beekeepers, actually. Another gem cutter with some skill behind him. That's good. Nobody in the woodcutting or carpentry trees, but that's really not a big deal. If I needed to, I could train those up, but whatever. And not a lot of farmers, honestly. Some people who are trained in similar traits, but don't actually have any real use for me otherwise. So, guess what you guys just became? A couple medicos. What's this? Milling? I don't have any use for that yet. Plant processing, don't have any use for that. Shearing, definitely don't have any use for that. Spare medicos are always useful, though. I'm not going to have you bone carving enough to just waste your time away on that. You have other stuff you can do. You have a whole bunch of stuff you can do. You actually have some skill with growing food for some reason. No, wait, these two are miners. I want to let them mine. Let them mine. Okay, he's a farmer. This guy has no real skills. He's a gem setter. Miner. Yeah, I wasn't expecting architects, so. Farmer. Lots of people being turned into farmers. Actually, no, we're going to leave him just as he This guy has absolutely no skills in anything. Some combat, but still. Okay. Okay. And then, for quickness purposes, it's just going to be easier to do it this way. Wait, how are you not... How did I not make you a farmer? Okay, whatever. Not you, not you. Come on, stop that. Not you guys. I am going to need to make more picks, unfortunately. Actually, no, for now, you and the pair of you. And frankly, all of you, but not you. Okay. Now watch those walls get built really quickly. Okay, there we go. Okay. Actually, where is he? He can stop being a mason because he no longer needs to be a mason. And see, this is what I mean by good heavens. So the flying bronze bolt from outside, decorated, really well made, strikes the barn owl in the lower body, tearing the muscle and spilling her guts. That poor, poor barn owl. The barn owl is then propelled away by the force of the blow. They got hit hard. Their left wing skids along the ground, bruising the muscle. Their guts skid along the ground, bruising their guts. Their tongue, don't ask me how, but their tongue skids along the ground, bruising the skin of the tongue. Their upper body skids along the ground, bruising the muscles. Their head skids along the ground, bruising the skin. Their right wing skids along the ground, bruising the muscles. And then they slam into an obstacle. That poor owl's probably not even dead yet. Where is it? Oh, no, it is dead. Look at how far it skid. It skid. It got shot here, and it just skid all the way up there. That poor owl. Well, it's lunch now. We'll see him take it down into here. He's going to drop it off at the butcher shop. And we got a butcher going full tilt at this point. Just kind of working his way through the pile of food that's there. Oh, I have beekeepers putting in beehives. That's great. Okay, so gather any products. When you have beehives, you want to leave one beehive without having it set to gather. So you do not gather any products. About once a season, except winter, unless you're in a warm location, your beehive will be ready to split or to gather the products off of it. If you have it set up so that it's install colony when ready, they'll find a colony somewhere. And actually, I have some pretty close by, if I remember correctly. Let's see, where was the nearby colony? There's one. That's a beehive. Actually, is it a honey beehive or is it a bumblebee hive? Bumblebee hive. Oh, nice. Even better. Bumblebees make for bumblebee mead. You can make bumblebee mead out of it, out of their honey. You can also get wax, which is usable for other things. And holy crap, look at all those kids. Hey, somebody was on the verge of growing up anyways. Okay, so now I have 41 useful dwarves and 40 kids. So he was right on the verge of growing up anyways. Problem is, when they grow up, they don't have all the labors turned on. So now I have to turn all those labors on. Check to see who's fighting and why. Oof. Bismuth bronze bolt strikes him in the right lower leg, tearing apart the muscle, opening an artery and severing many nerves. It lodged in the wound. The barn owl then falls over, and another bolt strikes it in the upper body, tearing the muscle and tearing apart the heart. Major artery in the heart has been opened by the attack, forcing the barn owl away from the force of the blow and skidding it across. It skips across the water. I think they lost that one, though. It probably landed inside of a pond somewhere. That or inside the river itself. Jiminy Christmas, that was... Yeah, look at the barn owls. Fly away now! Okay. That massive section of extra. Let's see, this is getting kind of full, actually. Okay, the reason why that's getting full is this is outside. And dwarves don't gather refuse from outside and throw it away. Unless you tell them to. Set order. Okay. Refuse. Commands. Dwarves gather refuse. We are going to not ignore refuse that is outside, but we are going to ignore vermin remains. Because if we got all the vermin remains, we'd be gathering that, and that, and that. And quite frankly, we don't have any use for those. But we do want to make sure that the workshop stays fairly empty so that it doesn't get cluttered. A cluttered workshop is an inefficient workshop. It stops working. Yeah. She has a baby while carrying a stone and then stops because she has to go pick up the baby, dropping the stone instead. Which I guess it's a good thing she dropped the stone, but still. Okay, we're going to go with our custom settings. This one, we are going to adjust it just a little bit. I am going to enable this, but not for that. Or that. And almost thinking about not doing those, but it's good to get those a little bit closer. Okay. Bars and blocks. Yeah, we're going to allow those. Let's see, gems. I'm going to forbid those because, yeah, we don't need them. Also, we're not going to allow seeds. We're going to have a special place just for seeds later on. Okay. I think that does it. Yeah, okay. So that's our set. And now we have a place where we can put all the stuff. Please tell me I've got some charcoal made. Okay, now we can melt down some metal objects, but we don't really have any metal objects we want to melt down. Wait, I thought I had some gold nuggets. Hold on, what's going on here? I could have sworn I had some gold nuggets. Rufford spannels. Enough gold. Enough gabbro to make a while. Okay, so I have ore of gold. Oh, it's just been tasked to be moved. Yeah, right. Because it's been tasked to move, it technically doesn't exist for a moment. Zoom to building. Unsuspend that. Thank you. Okay, now that we have so many dwarves helping build the wall, he's no longer needed on that. That's good. Okay. So we're moving along. I still haven't gotten anything set up for... Well, actually, no, I can do that now. Back to Dwarf Therapist. You 3. Commit to that. Don't need you guys being masonries. I do need you, however, down here. Okay. So we're not going to dig anything here. We're just going to use this as a template. To dig that out. Actually, we don't really care if it is a little too big right now, because we'll just dig out the whole thing anyways. There we go. Okay. What you see here is a series of basically what will eventually be noble rooms. We don't want to just give rooms for nobles. Normal dwarves need bedrooms too, right? We'll get to those in a minute. There we go. Now, the reason for this particular layout is that nobles require 3 things, basically. They need an office, they need a dining room, and they need a bedroom. So we'll get that all set up. Here in a second. 2, 3, stop that. 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, and go here, and that is definitely 3 wide. Yes, okay, good. Yep, should have set that up for... Oh well, we'll get that in a second. Okay. Now you're going to see a lot of people do bedrooms their own different ways. This is the way I do bedrooms. Because it fits my grid pattern. Okay. Now what I'll do is as they mine things out, most likely the first area they're going to mine out is going to be this area here. And I'll turn this into a giant barracks. And we'll do all sorts of things with the barracks. Actually, I'm just going to cut those off right now because I don't really need that just yet. Actually, no, I do. Yeah, I need that right away because what I want to do is I want to turn that into a dining hall. Dwarves like to have dining halls because dining halls count as meeting places, and they have bunches of tables, bunches of chairs, and bunches of other stuff dwarves really like. I typically put statues in the corners of the highest quality that I can, which means I get somebody trained up by just having to make bunches of chairs for me. Bunches and bunches of chairs. There we go. And then what we'll do is we'll put 4 beds in each bedroom. Give me sort of a barracks structure, but each dwarf will have their own bedroom of sorts. So here, I've got 16 beds worth. There's another 16 beds worth. There's another 16 beds worth. There's another 4 beds worth, but they'll all be nobles. I'll smooth them out, put engravings down. Then I'll put down the bed and the office, or actually office, dining room, bed, mirrored across. And then just a whole bunch of beds in here for barracks. Should put a hospital in here somewhere. Dwarves are going to get hurt eventually. It happens. And if I have a hospital already set up, I'll make that the hospital. Or that. One of those two. There we go. I have a lot of dwarves over here getting royally soused. Alright. My main brewer is hauling stone for making walls. Don't want that. He's got other things to do with his life, like brew beer. Okay. So we didn't get everything set up the way we quite wanted to. I'm already an hour and a half into this video, and you can kind of see how things are starting to shape up. So we've got the walls forming here. I'm going to put a staircase up right there. I may as well put that in right now, since I'm thinking about it. There we go. And we'll make that out of gabbro as well. The reason for that is so that in a while I'll put a stair down right here, and then we'll just cover this whole thing with a floor. And then I'll put fortifications all up through here along the border, and then I'll put another level up And then we'll have a floor on top, and it'll be a roof. And we'll have a really big area just for the military to stand up here and go, nanny nanny boo boo, you can't get in. We'll do all of that. Let's see, we have... I was not expecting that many dwarves to show up, I really wasn't. Let's see, I've got some charcoal here somewhere. That's good. Ah, good, they've got the... No, wait, is that... Those are gems, I think. Let me see. Yeah, those are golden barrels, I don't need those. What I do need is I need that ore to be put into... Come on, stop. Spinels, praises, and a whole bunch of stones. Oh, what's that? What is that? Why, that's a barrel. What's in this barrel? Nothing yet. Oh. Well, it's no good then. No alcohol. Now let's see, that holds some fat. That'll be useful in a bit. That's a child holding some... Dwarven wine pot. There we go. What's in there? 8 units of dwarven wine. And that probably held alcohol a minute ago. I'm afraid to ask. Okay, so I have plenty of alcohol still. Good. And I'm killing barn owls and pangolins and all the various little animals that are showing up on my doorstep. And metal crafting, I need that quickly. Come on. Well, they're almost there. Once they get the gold actually there, then I'll be able to... Because I now have some charcoal sitting around doing nothing. He failed. And now he's been stricken by melancholy. Which means he's going to slowly divest himself of all clothing and throw himself off of the highest cliff he can find. Which, we don't have any cliffs. So he'll probably go drown himself somewhere. Oh, that's a problem though. Because if he drowns himself, he'll be dead. Which means I need to get a coffin built. And soon. Alright. Well, wasn't prepared for to put a necropolis in. But looks like we're going to have to soon anyways. Might have a little bit of time to do it, but... Alright. Oh, and would you look at that? They just arrived. So now I can smelt some native gold down. Oh well, too late now. Well, we lost a child. It's not like we lost anybody important, though. And he's not dead yet. It's just going to make some other dwarves very unhappy eventually. But for now, we'll be fine. Especially since we'll have a coffin for him fairly soon. Yeah. Alright. Well, that should do it for tonight. I'll just go ahead and save this here. If you have any questions, comments, you want to see anything specific, just put it in the comments down below. But well, at least we got the walls started, and got a huge wave of migrants in, so we'll be able to really put them to work at their various jobs over the next little bit. See you next time.